Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Ume and Thumbprint Pendant. This is the 6-light 136355. This is the smaller of the size. It's kind of the middle of the road, actually. It's the one that's coming in at 44.4 inches wide. So this is the 136355, like I said. Let's get into details on it. So this is an oval shaped when you're looking down on it from above. It is 44.4 inches left to right. The width on it is coming in at 18.5. The height of it, and when we talk about the height of the fixture body, it's going to be independent of that single rod going up, and that's going to be coming in at 16.6 inches from the bottom of the glass to where that rod starts. So that's going to be the fixture body. When we talk about overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture, which is going to be your glass, to the actual ceiling itself. You're going to notice Hubbardton offers this in ranges or set lengths, and how we show you that is going to be in that chart. So way down in the corner over there is a chart. You'll see that it's going to have a whole bunch of numbers on it coming down from the ceiling, that overall height. It's also going to show you which combination of which rods you're going to use to get to those numbers that you see down there. And you'll notice it's going to start off at 28.1, going all the way to 73 inches. This is going to ship with 100 inches of wire, so if you needed to go a little beyond that 73, you can order another kit. The kit that's going to come with this is going to have 3 of the 12s, one 12-inch, 1 of the 6-inch, 1 of the 3-inch, and those kits are very easy and very inexpensive to get if you need like just another piper or two, more or less. But don't forget, you're going to have 100 inches of wire to start off with. If you need something much longer than that, we do custom lengths on all these things. You're going to email me, say you're looking at the 136355. You need it to be X, 156 inches overall height, 176, doesn't matter. Send me that email. I'm going to send that through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. They're going to come back with an answer. We do it every day. Very easy, adds a little time and money, but we do those custom lengths for you because this is all made here in Vermont, right around the corner from us. Okay, so this is going to be using Hubbardton Forge's system of these interconnected pipes, and they have threading on one end here, threading on the other end, and then they're going to be put together with these little connectors that also have threading that go inside the pipes. And what happens when you do that is it makes a really nice tight look. So once you put these together, you can barely even see the seam. It's a nice look, very tight, and looks like a solid pipe going up. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so on the installations instructions PDF, which you're going to find way over there on that side of the screen, you should open that up, and you should always look at those before you get these because it's going to show you schematic drawings of everything, how it all works. It's going to show you a full parts list, which is really nice. This is going to be using a oval canopy as opposed to the round one I've got here, and that oval canopy is going to be 5 inches by 7 inches. That's going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box, okay? This is not a heavy fixture at all. It's only 13 pounds, including the glass, so it has no weight restrictions at all. So when you're putting this together, you're going to be putting your wire, snaking your wire little by little through each piece, and then you're going to put the pieces together to kind of build up to the length that you need to go to, and then at the end the wires are going to pop out of your canopy, which is this part right here. This is slope ceiling adaptable already to 45 degrees, no customization needed. There's a part at the top they call a knuckle. It's going to allow it to go like that. So right off the bat you are all set for your slope ceiling to 45 degrees if you guys are there. Let's touch on glass really quick because this number, the 136355, is going to be representing 2 different options on this fixture. One is going to be the thumbprint glass, which is really pretty. It looks like someone went just like that. So this is going to be available in cool gray, which is the one I have here. It's also going to be available in clear. This is going to be held on by a retaining canister or a coupling, you can call it that. What it has is it has threading on that side of it. It's going to be used to go over the socket, keeps your glass on the fixture, and then your bulb is going to pop right out the side there, the end of it. The other version of this is going to be the Ume, the Japanese gem blossom, I guess, and really pretty piece of glass, also hand blown. Has a retaining ring embedded in the top with threading as well, and that's going to just screw on to go onto your fixture. This is very glossy on the outside, so it's got a gloss outside, sandblasted on the inside, so it's a really pretty piece of glass. This is also opaque, so when you're putting your bulb in, you're not going to be able to even notice what you have in there, so it doesn't have to be an aesthetically pleasing bulb, as opposed to our friend over here, which you're going to see the bulb popping out. And I think on this I would probably use the halogen bulbs. They come in clear, they also come in frosted I think it's probably a better bet with that since you're going to be able to see it. So let's talk about what's going on with bulbs. So it's going to be using a G9 socket. G9 sockets use G9 bulbs. G9 bulbs come in halogen, like I said a second ago, which are frosted or clear. They have little loops of wire on the end of them, and they just push right in. Just like that, very easy. If you guys want to go with LEDs, you can do that too. Let's go back to the halogens for a second. So because of the heat generated by a halogen bulb, you're going to be restricted to be using 25-watt bulbs in each of these sockets. But don't forget, you've got, what, six of these. So that's going to be still a ton of light. So don't be afraid just because it says 25 watts. If you guys need a super ton of light, you might be using this in a hotel or a restaurant or something, you never know. You can use LEDs, like I said, probably better in this glass because it's an opaque piece of glass. You can use LEDs, and LEDs come in all kinds of flavors and all kinds of wattage equivalents, we'll call it. So you'll notice on the pictures next to me, you've got the phosphorus ones that have the orange running inside. You've got the ones that look like corn cobs called cob LEDs. Sometimes they have a clear jacket. Sometimes they have a covering that's frosted. And this is a 40-watt equivalent. This is probably a 60-watt equivalent, that phosphorus one. This big guy is a 75-watt equivalent. I got these all on Amazon. Very easy to get. So just go on Amazon, go into the search, put G9 LED. Up will pop out about a million different options for you to look at, and then you just have to kind of zero them down. We're going to talk about that right now. So when I'm looking at LEDs, the first thing I look at is going to be, well, we know that any of those LEDs are going to fit into the glass, so that's all fine. So you don't have to worry about that. And as far as when they talk about wattage, don't worry about that either, because they use very little wattage. They produce a lot of light, and they produce almost no heat, so we don't have to worry about that part. But I do have to talk about the color of the light coming out, which we do in every video. 2700 Kelvin, which would be 2700 K, is going to be super yellow like the setting sun. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight. And daylight sounds like a warm light. It's actually not. That's going to be a bluish white light, like an overcast day. And I don't think that would be so great in this fixture. But I would probably go back and look at what's called warm white. And warm white is going to be 3000 K or 3000 Kelvin. That's the light that's coming down on my hands from these LEDs above. It's a nice, almost like an incandescent light. And we use it in our showroom all over the place. And it's also very easy to get online or even at your local hardware store. So I would probably look for a, let's say, 3000 Kelvin, 60-watt equivalent, dimmable. It's a dimmable fixture regardless, LED. And I think you would be good to go. One other little tiny detail. So those arms are fixed. They do not swivel back and forth, because if they did, your glass would kind of run into each other. So just kind of keep that in mind. People ask that question. That was the first question I had when I first saw this fixture. And you're good. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.